Good morning, Gear 5. I miss you all, guys. I hope you all are fine. So, today we're going to start with a new lesson. We're going to learn more about the parts of a plant. It's a very, very interesting lesson, and we're going to have fun learning more about it. So, we're going to start with knowing the parts and naming the parts of the plants. So, the first part, of course, is the most beautiful part of any plant, the most colorful, and the part that really smells nice most of the time. And we will know later that there is a reason for all of these things, for how colorful a flower is, or how much it smells good. Next is the leaf, and the leaf is probably the most important part of the plant, and we will know not why later. And then there is the stem, a very important part too, and of course the roots is the final part of any plant. Let's start with the roots, and as you all guys know that the roots they are found in the part under the soil, and it extends throughout the soil in order to collect as much water as it can. It also has several uses. So the first thing is, how are roots important to a plant? The first thing is it holds the plant in the soil in a windy day, like the days that we have seen maybe 2 weeks ago, with very strong rain and strong wind. So all the plants should hold down using the roots. They hold down in the soil, and it helps to stabilize them in the soil. Next is that, of course, the roots main role is to take up water and nutrients from the soil. This is the main role of the roots. So as you can see, it collects water and nutrients from soil. Next part is the stem, and the stem is a really important part, because simply it just holds the plant upright. No plant without the stem, the plants will be leaning down or bending and not hold upright. The next thing is that, how will the water and nutrients collected by the roots will be delivered to the rest of the plant? Of course, the stem will act as the delivery guy for the plant. It takes the water and nutrients from the roots to the other parts of the plant. As for the factory of the plant, I love to call it this way. It's the factory of the plant, because it is where the most important process that help the plant to survive takes place. So the function of the leaf is, of course, it takes air, sunlight, water, and nutrients to make food through the photosynthesis, the famous photosynthesis process. So as you can see, this is the most important part, because as I said, it's the factory of the plant. It takes in light and carbon dioxide and water, and gives oxygen and food in the form of carbohydrate. So next is the most beautiful part of the plant, as I said, which is the flower. The flower actually is not only uh, uh, there in the plant just to beautify the plant. There is actually a reason why the flower is so colorful, and the scent of it is beautiful. So the function of the flower is actually to attract insects and birds. And how will that help the plant? Well, actually, the plants hold something called the pollens, and the pollens is the like small dust that should be dispersed in the soil in order for new plants to grow up. And we will learn about this in the next sessions, inshallah. So how the insects will help the plant to do this process? It will get attracted to the colors and the scents and the nectar that found inside the flower, and when they approach the flower, those pollens start to stick to the legs of the birds and the insects, and by flying to other flowers and to the soil, they start to drop those pollens, and this is how the plant reproduction occur. So uh, it's really important for the flower to be this colorful and scenty in order to attract the insects and birds so that another plants grow up. So as you can see, I found this on Google, and it was very, very beautiful. It brought my attention to it, and it shows exactly how bees are attracted to the colors and nectar of the flowers, and this is how they walk on the flowers, and this is how the pollens stick to their legs. So now, as I said, the function of the flower is also to make the seeds. Let me just point out to the most important part, and we're going to explain this later, but I want you to just bear with me, please. So there is two parts of the flower, and those two parts, when there is the male part, which is those, it's called the anther, and we're going to explain them later, and there's the female part. This long tube is the female part. So when the reproduction of the plants occur, this part, this fat part of the female organ starts to form seeds inside it, and it gets swollen and forms the fruit actually. So the fruit was actually a part of the flower of the plant, and inside any fruit we find seeds, like for example the apples. So the one of the functions of the flower is actually to make seeds. We're going to explain this later, and you will understand that very well in the next session, inshallah. So I made you guys a little activity. I really wish I was with you guys to do it together. Inshallah, we will be together soon. So this activity is like write the scientific term. The first question is, what part of the plant takes water and nutrients from the roots? Of course, it is the delivery boy, as I told you before, the stem. What attract insects and birds? So the most colorful part, which is the flower. What make the seeds? As I told you, the fruit is a part of the female organ found inside the flower. What takes water and nutrients from the soil? As I told you guys, the part that extends under the soil is the roots. What holds the plant in the soil? Again, it's the roots. It takes air, sunlight, water, and nutrients to make the photosynthesis process. As I told you before, it's the factory of the plant, which are the leaves. What holds the plant upright? And again, it's the delivery boy, the stem. Okay, this page, guys, and the next one is going to be your homework. So tomorrow by noon I'm going to upload it for you on both Moodle and Google Classroom, so you can find them easily. You can print them out and do it and then send it back to me, or you can just do it as a PDF or whatever as long as you got it right, just do it the way you want to, and just send it back to me, please. So the first worksheet is actually a fun one because you're going to color. You're supposed to color. You just read the question, each part with a specific color. So um, it's just like a little fun quiz. The part that takes water and nutrients from the soil, you have to color it brown and write its name. The one that holds up the plant, you should color it light green and write its name. The one that smells nice, you should color it red and write its name. And then the part that photosynthesis occur inside, you have to color it dark green and then write what its name. The next worksheet is just pretty much the same, but it's more of writing than coloring. So you have to name the parts and the function of each part. So this is really easy. There's nothing to worry about. I'm really looking forward for the taking in your assignments and to see you soon, inshallah. I hope you're all safe and cozy at your homes. See you soon. I miss you so much, guys. Bye bye.